Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It is me, your girl Baz-B, and this is Baz-B TV, and we are back for another review on Love After Lockup's new spin-off show, Love During Lockup, Season 3, Episode 65. It's called Lost in Love. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. It starts off with Indy and Harry. So y'all know Indy done found her ass down there in damn Cleveland so she could be with her man Harry, and they staying at that Roach damn motel. I was like, Indy, you really stayed in this room. I wonder did she have to buy like everybody else's room, because if I was mama and brother, if I had like a little, extra little $100 on me, I would have had to upgrade my room somewhere else, because I would not have stayed in there. Like the camera people is messy, because I was scanning the room, showing all the little dirty phones and stuff like that. Again, like we saw the first time, we know it's raggedy. You ain't have to do that again for us. So Andy telling her family like, hey y'all gonna have to figure out what y'all gonna do for yourself today, because I got plans. Cause Andy gonna take her hot ass down there to Harry's sister house and go meet her after Harry told her that he didn't want her meeting his family right now. So Andy goes off to see the sister. Things start off cool. The sister was very welcoming. And he was like, oh, I like your place. I mean, it wasn't really giving much, but it's hers and she owned it, and that's her business, and we ain't had nothing to do with that. But Andy, you landed on real thick right now. So she sits down, she just talking to the girl, and she was like, how she been dating Harry for this amount of time, and how she just up and moved here off a whim because of what her psychic said. Now, when the sister heard psychic, the sister was looking like, girl, what? Because let me tell you something. It's something about the black and brown community that we just do not fuck with them psychics. And you gonna sit here and tell this girl that the reason you is down here now is because a psychic told you to move your butt down here with no job, no real place to stay, to come meet me with this man that you barely know, who been locked up for X amount of time off a kidnapping charge. So the sister was like, Then she starts talking about the them being spiritually married, and Harry got their names tattooed on him, and the sister's like, well, this real news for me, because he never told me nothing like this, and I know he wouldn't tell me nothing like this because he know how I would have reacted. Then she was like, well, how much is this place? This is really nice. Like, it's nice and cozy. And the sister let it be known, before you start to accent, I ain't got no space for nobody in here. I ain't got no room to be letting nobody stay up in here. But she let her know that the apartment is a little 1-bedroom, and ain't nothing but $5.95 a month. And I was like, $5.95? Where you live at is $5.95? She must live like one of them little small towns off of Cleveland or something, because where I live, a studio apartment is more than that. Like, the price of living is ridiculous at this point. So Andy was like, oh, okay, well, I could do that. 1 bedroom is fine for us all to move up into and all this. So Andy thinks that the initial meet up with his sister was great, that they're going to be the best friends. But the sister is like, girl, a little off. She's talking about this psychic. She's following the psychic, telling her to up and move. She don't know what Harry about to be doing. And like, is this even going to come into tuition? Nothing. So sister like, Andy a little off. And girl, we've been saying the same thing about Andy too. But while Andy over there fool out loud with the sister, the mama had another trick up her sleeve. So you remember mama a bounty hunter. So her partner hooked her up with this retired detective out there in Cleveland so she could talk to him about Harry. And oh baby, that man had all the details. So he was letting us know that this was one of the most violent crimes that he has dealt with. So the police officer lets us know that Harry was following behind this gang leader who is very like psychotic. And they robbed this man, like, at gunpoint. The man came out. They was standing in a convenience store. The man came out. They beat the man across his head from behind, beat him up, dragged him back into the convenience store, put a gun to his head, told him to withdraw the money out the ATM. When they did that, they was taking him somewhere, going to take him somewhere else, but the man got away. And when he got away, they ran after him. And the only reason the man was even able to survive is because somebody else intervened in this whole situation. So the mom was like, oh yeah, I know my daughter don't know about this, and I'm going to have to let my daughter know because my daughter done moved out here on a whim, trying to be with this man, and I don't think she understands what's going on. So, she had to call Andy, interrupt Andy, thinking that she done made best friends for life over that old girl house, and told her to meet up with her. So they go to where the crime scene happened. And the brother was like, do you know why Harry in jail and how he got there and what was the severity of his crimes? And he's like, yes, I know. He told me everything. So the brother's like, well, what he told you? Andy said she ain't got time for that. She ain't about to keep reiterating to y'all what it is and what it ain't. She's sticking by her man. For my man, and I better not see you on that damn show in a couple of years, Andy. Because you giving me for my man vibes. So, because she won't tell them what happened, what Harry told her about what happened, they decide they're going to reenact the whole crime that the detective told them. Which starts to irritate Indy because she was like, they doing too much. Which I was like, they is doing quite a lot. Because if I was like a bystander, I would have been like, what the fuck the folks got going on? But then I would have seen the camera people, so I would have been like, maybe they filming a movie or something. But they were doing a little too much. And that pissed Indy off. And she ends up getting in her car to leave. And the mom was like, you better not leave. But Indy was like, I ain't got time for this. Because what y'all not going to do is persuade me not to be with this man that I done drove all the way here for. And done spent every dime I had. Baby, I ain't have no other choice but for it to work at this point. And I can understand, girl. Because you have sacrificed a lot. Next, we had Tai and Hottie. So, y'all remember Tai done came to the damn hair salon because the Boston girl leaked her news on the internet. So, she's sitting there waiting for Boston to pull up. But it's taking Boston forever to get there. So, now Tai mind is running because Tai ain't no dumbass bitch. She was like, hold up, what's taking this girl so long? Like, is she coming? And she the... I think them firecrackers. But she was like, it's taking her a little too long, and so now it's pondering in her mind like, what this girl coming for me for real? Like, she could have something up her sleeve, and I don't have nothing to protect myself. So you know what? It's best that I don't meet with her now. Let me meet with her on different terms, on a different turf. Because she has the upper hand on me right now. So Tai leaves. It seemed like as Tai was leaving, Boston must have been pulling up because not too long after she leaves the parking lot, Boston pulls up and comes into the hair salon. And so I was like, well, you know what? We might need to give Boston a little more time because, I mean, the girl do know she about to be on TV. I'm pretty sure she had to sign some type of documents for her to be shown on the TV. So the girl probably was like, let me go ahead, put on something that I can still fight in, but look good at the same time. And also fix my hair, get my makeup looking like something, and let me get on this camera. So she gets there, so she was like, oh, well, where's she at? And so the cousin's like, well, she done left now. What was taking you so long? So she was like, well, what's going on? What's up with you, Hottie? Because I'm trying to figure out what the deal is. And so the little girl, Boston, it's like, oh yeah, me and Hottie been together for 12 years. I'm his main girl. She's a side bitch. He's just using her for money. And I'm looking like, but girl, you gave him part of your stimmy, so he used you a little bit too. And he had blasted you out on that damn internet like that. And so you make it make sense for us, girl. Because they ain't looking too good on your front. And so she was like, yeah, and she just needs to know her place. So the cousin was like, well, how did you get her news? Like, how did you do that? And so she was like, oh, I got his password to Facebook. I said, oh, no, not the password. So now you really got me wondering. Hottie got me in a little tizzle and a tuffle because I'm looking like, who is the real girlfriend? Can you please stand up? So the girl was like, well, why would you leak her news? Oh, because I wanted to, because I was being petty. Okay, but bitch, being petty can get your ass knocked out and sent to fucking jail. Because ain't that against the law to be leaking people damn news and shit? I'm like, But they ain't have nothing going on. I guess next episode we gonna see what they got popping. Next up is Santiba and Talsey. Listen here, Santiba just horny. It could have been Talsey. It could have been a man up the street. She was still gonna play this foolish games. Santiba just need some D in her life, cause that's all she is worried about. She's getting up with her friends, cause it's the last night that she gonna have to talk on the phone to Talsey. She gonna be able to see, touch, and feel on her man. And she's talking about it's gonna be a 5-hour drive to get to the halfway house from where he at that jail. And she said in them 5 hours anything can happen. I said, girl, you a little too old to be in the backseat of a car, Santiba. You just a little too old, but okay, baby. Go ahead and do what you gotta do. So they at the dinner, and she's telling her friends how she's gonna drive down there to Georgia so she can drive him to his halfway house. And once he's, the settled, got out of there, got himself together, because he's gonna live with his mama. With his mama. After he gets out the halfway house, he's gonna be with his mama for a while, and then once he is stable enough, she's gonna move down there. And so her friends, it's like, well, you ain't never been to Georgia before. How you know you even gonna like it? And she's like, I guess I just want to like it with Talsey. And I'm looking like, you gonna need to know a little something about where you're moving, honey. Because not all parts of Georgia is nice. Like, I think people always be thinking, oh, Georgia. Only thing they think about is goddamn Atlanta. And Georgia is way more than Atlanta. So you need to do your research. And so you just giddy as hell, and all you keep talking about is sex with this damn man. I hope he give it to you and put it down. Cause if not, I know you're gonna be real disappointed that you've been having phone sex with this man that takes like 2 hours to complete. Because y'all having to email it back and forth to each other. Girl. So, her friends, they really ain't here for it. Some of them, saying congratulations. The other one is like, girl, this is a hot fucking mess. Because you always have to have that friend that's real reasonable for you. She's back at home packing up all the lingerie that she can find. I'm looking like, you only got 5 hours before he has to go back to the halfway house. So I'm trying to figure out, why does she have all this lingerie that she's packing? So while she getting ready, because tomorrow is her flight out, here go Talsey calling with the bullshit. Talsey is like, hey, pump the brakes, don't come down here because I just got a call from my caseworker and he's telling me my paperwork ain't right, so it's looking like I'm going to be in here for a whole nother month. Now this breaks so little Santiba hard, and she's just like, why? I can't believe this. I was really ready to see you and this and that. He's like, yeah, I know, this really sucks. And something in my gut is saying, that boy lying. Ain't nothing wrong with that damn paperwork. He probably about to get picked up by the girl that he told you he had stopped talking to. He probably still been talking to her, and she about to go pick him up and take him to where he needs to be. I don't trust it. So in the midst of Santiba tears, here he go. All he had to do was start talking a little freaky deaky to her on that phone, and Santiba ass sucked up them damn tears. I was ready to get it in and pop in on that goddamn phone with him. But unfortunately for her hot puss self, the dang on phone got cut off because they went into lockdown. Right. Because that was nothing but the Lord telling her, Santiba, take a second. Take a second and check your surroundings, because this don't sound right. Next was Haley and Darlton. This one broke my heart a little bit. I felt so bad for homegirl. So, Haley gets a call from the lawyer. Remember Haley in the first episode met up with the lawyer who helped her win her case for this car accident that she was in, and she been spending half her damn money on damn Darlton. And she told him about it, and he told her, you need to be careful because this dude has a very intensive rap sheet. So I feel like he's not the one. Well, the lawyer said, I brought you in here because even though it ain't none of my business, curiosity don't bit the cat. So I went and started digging and diving through his paperwork, and I came past this girl named, who apparently is the ex-girlfriend. So I was like, okay, what about him? So he starts talking about how the ex-girlfriend got a rap sheet just as long as Darlton's, and that it has all these fines that she needs to pay, and she's on her way to court, and she needs to pay it when she gets there. So she was like, okay. And he was like, well, his secretary had let him know that she had tried to withdraw some more money for Darlton. He said, so Darlton had asked you for some more money. And she was like, yeah, he did. And he said, well, how much did he ask you for? She said, oh, about around $500. He was like, now check this. Homegirl, the ex-girlfriend, fines equal up to $500. Let me tell you, it ain't take her no time to put 2 and 2 together. Haley broke down. I felt so bad for her. She was just like, this man is playing me. I can't believe this. I don't spend so much money on him. I don't spend more money on him than I have done my son. He used me. I can't believe this. Like, I feel so stupid. And I really just at that moment wanted to give her a hug. And I'm hoping that Haley sees her fault in this whole scenario, put her mind on straight, and move on like Maya, girl, because you don't need that in your life. That man played the fuck out of you. And he know it too. He know he did. And for ex-girl, too much for me. Next up is Max. Y'all thought we was done with Max ass. I really did. But unlike Love during lockup, they not done with him. But Alyssa kicked him out. I thought they had shared that apartment together. I thought they was roommates. No, bitch said, this is my shit. And since you don't want to be with me, you want to keep talking to all these prison hoes, get the fuck out. So now Max in that Neil house, because that's where he having to rest his head for a moment till he can figure some things out. So Max is getting ready for this day. He done found this girl on Tinder that he done fell for. So he about to go on a date with her. But oh, don't you worry, because Max has not learned his lesson about no damn jailbirds. He's still talking to that one in jail that he don't know what she in jail for, that we met last week. So while he was on his way almost out the door, the cell phone rings. And guess who it is? Damn Tara. Her ass done pop up out the blue, talking about some, hey, how you been? I have been out for about 2 weeks now, and I've been trying to get myself together, and it's blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking like, what she want? But Max, he ain't paying no attention. He heard her on that phone, and his body just melted, and she just talking. So they having a little good old conversation. So he was like, okay, well, you out of jail now. We can FaceTime, so why don't you go ahead and, hit me on the FaceTime real quick. Not so fast, buddy. Tara dodged that one, honey. She was like, oh, no, I've been in the yard all day doing some work, so I really don't look up the part, so maybe another time. So he was like, okay, all right. Well, he makes the joke about his friend saying that she might be 600 pounds, because remember, Max ain't never seen Tara except for the pictures that she had before she went to jail. And mind you, she done had a drug addiction and her ass done been in jail. So I really want to know what the hell Tara look like, because I bet you it don't look like them before pictures. And if it do, shut my mouth. So he was like, well, when can we meet? I want to see you in person and this and that. She was like, well, just give it some time. I want to keep it like this for a while, because, I have a lot of anxiety and it's hard for me readjusting. I'm looking like, how much you want? Because you sound like you about to ask for about $20 to $200. So what you need. But she ain't asked for nothing, y'all. She ain't asked. She just was like, she gonna keep it like this until she feel comfortable. And I was like, understandable, because Max could be crazy for all we know. Hell, we should be worried about him and not her. So they gets off the phone. And it was like, ain't you about running late for your date? Max said, that's a distraction right now, and an obstacle to what I really want. I really want Tara. And then I was looking at him like, so all it took was one fucking phone call from this girl, and now you about to drop everything again? And this girl has been missing and didn't even tell you her ass was out of jail. I'm just waiting on for her to ask for some little money so Max can really see what's going on. Then last but not least, here go Gabby. So remember last episode, Gabby had got on that phone with a man talking about, hey, do you want to meet up? And all in my mind, I thought Gabby was like, you know what? Let me not play the fool. You look like you got a girl on the side, so let me go ahead and pick me up the dude off the back burner and bring him to the burner on the right hand side. So we on an even playing field. But it was nothing like that. It was just his brother. She's going to meet up with his brother for the first time. And she's just feeling in her heart that she can trust this man that she don't know, who loyalty lies with his own brother. But here you go, asking him all kind of questions and asking him about the girl Shannon, because that's the ex that done popped up out of nowhere, talking about how they still together and how Chris don't be claiming her. So the boy was like, well, he knows about Shannon. Shannon is an ex-girlfriend, but he said, for as far as I know, they had been talking to each other for a while. And she's like, okay, well, that's what he told me, so I'm going to just take it for what it is. Then they start to talk about the whole mama situation. And she was like, I just don't think your mama like me. And he's like, well, you got to understand, she got to get to know you. And then once she see that you really here for him, then she'll warm up to you. And I'm looking like, these mamas on these shows really be really overprotected with their son when it comes to another woman, and not when they was in these streets doing God knows what and when and where. I'm the one on the outside. I ain't got no criminal background. But for some reason, I'm not good enough for your son that's locked up. Make it make sense for me. I can't even put up with no mess like that. I'll be like, bitch, for real? I'm going through all these hoops and hurdles to be accepted by people who feels that they jailbird son can do better than me. It's beyond me. But anywho, it was a real short episode. It was like one of them little filler episodes that you could tell that it's going to be something happening on the next episode, which we hope it is, because we were so convinced that Tai and Dan Boston was going to fight this episode, and that's what I was looking forward to, and I did not get it. So I'm hoping for the next episode that we be right where we need to be. And as y'all can see, Indy gonna be on Love after lockup. So I was like, okay, so her and Harry gonna end up staying. I was trying to see who else was gonna be up in there. But that's who I saw off bat that I recognized. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.